Hi, I'm Kroupa, and today I want to talk to you about perception. The perception that we have of ourselves, the perception others have of us, and the perception that we have of the world. How should we perceive perception? The book of Haggai, chapter 2, verses 8 through 9 says, "The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, saith the Lord of hosts. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former, saith the Lord of hosts. And in this place will I give peace, saith the Lord of hosts." Now, what was going on in this history of time was that Israel had been exiled into Babylon for 70 years. And at the end of the 70 years, Babylon fell, and the Israelites came under Persian rule. Now, the Israelites were allowed to return to their homeland, and during this point in time, they were rebuilding their homes, their communities, and basically their lives. And where the book of Haggai picks up is where God is basically telling them to rebuild his temple. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was rebuilding my life and God just stormed in and told me to start rebuilding or to do something, I'd kind of be upset. So the Israelites start rebuilding the temple. They say, okay, great God. But after a while, the Bible says not even a month later, they started to get discouraged because they realized that the temple that they were erecting now would not be as glorious as the old temple. The old temple being Solomon's temple that he had erected within the golden era of Israel. Now, what I want you to realize today is that God made a certain promise to these people that we really can't comprehend. He starts off by saying everything is his, and then he says that this new temple is going to be greater than the old temple. You could imagine the bewilderment of the people because they didn't have the resources, the people, the manpower to erect a temple that would look like Solomon's, but God is basically saying, hey, this new one that you're building is going to be better. So what did God mean by that? God knew that the people of Israel didn't have the resources, the time, the manpower to erect anything close to what the old temple looked like, the fancier temple, the temple that was the crown jewel of Israel, that was adorned with gold and silver and jewels and all these things, but he still promised that it would be better. What God meant when he said that was that hundreds of years later, Jesus the Christ would walk through the doors of this new temple. Because it didn't matter what the old temple looked like or what the new temple looked like, it mattered what was on the inside of the temple. I think many times in our lives we face the same thing. We base our value, our worth, our perception of ourselves upon our resources, our talents, our time, and things that we can give to people, things that the world deems worthy. When in reality, we should be basing our worth, our perception, upon what God says about us. Because it doesn't matter how you look, what you do, what you accumulate. What matters is how Christ views you. So what I want you to realize today is that no matter what you've done in your life, no matter what you say, no matter what people say about you, those things do not determine the value of your temple. Because just like the temple in the days of the children of Israel, your temple has worth, has meaning, has value as soon as Jesus Christ walks through the doors of it. So what I want to ask you this week is, how do you perceive your temple? I'm Kroupa, the president of Gospel of Christ Ministries, and I thank you for watching.